morning traders, Richard here doing a quick Ichimoku cloud chart market review of Bitcoin, and Happy New Year to you all. And firstly, may it be a great year trading Bitcoin this year. Now in today's presentation we incorporate Ichimoku cloud charts as well as artificial intelligence, and we'll discuss both these trading strategies using it on Bitcoin. For example, in the last update we looked at this cloud chart cross here, and then Bitcoin entered bullish territory on the weekly Ichimoku. Price action above the cloud is bullish. Incidentally, we had a swing trade signal here on a weekly, and you can see that signal lasted for quite some time using artificial intelligence. We then got a nice cloud chart cross buy signal here on the weekly. Then we had these upside resistance target 32,000 to deal with. We then had the other standard line 35, and then this zone here 40,000, and then ultimately the upside target was 43,222, and Bitcoin got there. Now struggling to get past this significant resistance zone. You can see the length of that line gives you a clear indication that this is quite a significant resistance zone from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective. Now the AI is still in a trade on this one particular one on the weekly, and the upside resistance target, if we break past this one, then the next zone is this 48,893, and then the other resistance zone is this top end cloud chart zone. So these are the two upside targets if we get a solid strong breakout past this resistance zone. The first one is 48,893, and then 52,000 roughly there. So these are the upside resistance targets on the weekly. Now the other risk factor is we're a little bit extended from the top end of the cloud, so we can see a consolidation coming back to test the turning line in the cloud there, and then the standard line in the cloud. By that time it was caught up with this zone. So downside risk targets, it's about 39,000 on this one on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. So a little bit extended from the top in the cloud, consolidation risk back down to the standard line of the cloud, 39,000, and then maybe another attempt at breakout past this 43 towards 48, and then ultimately 52,000 to the upside. That's the Ichimoku cloud chart analysis on the weekly Ichimoku cloud. Looking at the daily Ichimoku cloud, beautiful cloud cross buy signal here that coincided very well with the swing trade artificial intelligence generated buy signal. Then we had a very strong rally. You can see here how the turning standard line of the cloud acted as support here all the way to the upside, and then we had a quick short selling signal there, quick move to the downside. But this is also the zone where we took some profit off the table on this trade, because by this time it became quite extended from the top end of the cloud, and we had massive divergence between the price action and the MACD, for example. But so far so good. Nice strong rally in Bitcoin using the cloud cross buy signal as well as the artificial intelligence generated swing trade signal to the upside on that one. Now it's looking like it wants to consolidate at this front end cloud chart support zone. You can see this 40,000 is now a major support zone, coincides with this standard line there, as well as the front end of the cloud. So any kind of price action above this is still bullish, but as soon as we slice below this bottom end cloud chart, then we're going back into bearish territory. But so far still bullish on the daily Ichimoku cloud, with swing trade opportunities with this rebound from the top end of the cloud. You can see how quickly those rebounds come. But there's downside risk to the top end of the cloud. There's this 41,000, and then the bottom end of the cloud, 39,400 there. So these are the downside risk targets if Bitcoin becomes a little bit weaker. But then these zones can be used for swing trades to the upside on Bitcoin on the daily Ichimoku cloud. Turning to the 4-hour. There we go. On the 4-hour Ichimoku, great volatility breakout trade here, as well as a cloud chart cross, and then that did not hit the trailing stop until we got around about here, when it became far too extended from the top end of the cloud. So that was the AI trade, was in roughly around about here at this zone. What's that level there? 35,000, and out at this 43,000. That was the closeout trade there from an artificial intelligence perspective, and also using the Ichimoku cloud, because at this point in time the price action was quite far above the top end of the cloud and we expected some form of a consolidation. The consolidation came. Let's zoom in here. And you can see it become extended from the cloud, sold off, generated a cloud chart sell signal, and then tried to fight for support, rebounded from the cloud there very quickly, only to be overpowered by the resistance of the standard line there. Trying to fight again to rebound, got a rebound, only to run into trouble with these lows here, as well as very close to the top end of the cloud there. And now moving sideways, quite along a range bound sideways move. Not particularly helpful for cloud chart trading, because you need to see a clear trend, stronger trend. So the 4-hour cloud chart is not particularly useful here, but we've seen a few other signals coming through on the Ichimoku cloud. Waiting for a much firmer buy signal, waiting for a trend to emerge from the sideways moving pattern, sideways consolidation period. Now it's desperately fighting with this cloud chart zone for support here. This bottom in cloud chart level seems to be quite a significant support zone, so keep that in mind. Let's put a line in there so we can see where that is on the daily. So this 42,400 is a significant support zone. So if Bitcoin slices below this, we enter bearish territory, but so far still bullish because price action is above the cloud, but albeit very volatile sessions. You can see the strong rally and then it becomes too extended from the cloud. Swing trades, all these support buys here, and then to the upside on the Ichimoku cloud. Looking at the 3-hour Ichimoku cloud, where's my 3-hour chart? Hold on. Also quite a lot of sideways consolidation period with significant support here in and around this 42,000 zone. You can see lots of shorter swing trade to the downside using the AI, plus a volatility breakout trade there using the AI. The hourly Ichimoku, lots of choppy trades. You can see there's short selling signals here, both generated by the AI. Price action below the clouds, bearish, so there was a couple of bearish trades to the downside there. Cloud cross bullish there, cloud cross to the downside, bearish once again. Lots of whiplash back and forth between this support zone, which is between, let me put a line in there on the hourly, between that zone, between 42 and the bottom end of the cloud there, this zone here. 42, once again 148, and 42, 500, 700. So 42,000, 43,000 is a major support zone. So it's been flip-flopping back and forth from that. The last cloud cross trade in the hourly was a beautiful one there, became extended from the top in the cloud. And then that was the profit-taking zone. Quick short selling signal by the AI to the downside, worked out well. Cloud cross to the downside there. So very choppy trade, back and forth flip-flopping. Now price actions below the bottom in the cloud, that's bearish. Resistance, we really need to get past that resistance zone. So from a cloud chart perspective, there's a buy signal when it crosses above this zone. If not, then if the standard line remains, resistance remains in place, and this top end cloud chart resistance zone remains in place, then we might go back to retest these lows here, as well as this old low there to the downside. And if we look back at the daily, we can see roughly where that zone is. Top end of the front end of the cloud, yes. So that would be a great swing trade entry. If the Bitcoin becomes much weaker and sells off to the top end of the front end of the cloud, that can be another swing trade entry point on the daily Ichimoku cloud. But all in all, some great trades using both artificial intelligence and the Ichimoku cloud chart buy and sell signals on Bitcoin. Until next time, happy cloud chart trading. Bye for now.